Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may replace your caps and be seated. Good evening, and welcome to the Princeton Senior High School 2017 commencement ceremony. On behalf of the students and the staff at Princeton High School and the Mercer County Board of Education, we would like to welcome some special guests tonight. Ms. Jacinda Smith is our Board of Education member attending with us this evening. We also have some special guests from our central office, Mr. Rick Ball and Ashley Vaughn. And we will also have a special presentation a little bit later in the program from Mr. Evan Jenkins' office. We do welcome all the guests tonight, parents, family, friends, and finally the members of the class of 2017. To the class of 2017, you're special in so many ways. For some of you, I have known since the day you were born. Some of you I've known since you were small children. And some of you I've only known for the past 4 years when you entered the freshman class. 4 short years ago, you were nervous freshmen when you came into the building for the first time. Some of you were a little nervous about getting lost, being late for class, and that general uneasiness that you have when you enter a new school. You have grown so much during the last 4 years. You've grown into fine young men and women. You have matured into smart and caring individuals. You have shown your ability to lead in very many ways. You've shown your sense of caring and your community throughout the year as you care for your classmates and for people within our community. You've certainly sparked a new level of competitiveness within our school. You've had some wonderful victories in the areas of athletics and in academics. And this year you brought home the Mercer County College Cup, sitting right here on this table, and that cup belongs in our school. This is a much coveted award, and you worked very hard as a senior class to bring it home to Princeton. You deserve it, and let's keep it here. You've matured, and you've also fostered a sense of pride in your school and in your community. You fought hard to win those spirit sticks at your pep rallies, and you worked hard to have a fantastic week of homecoming with a lot of help from some great teachers here that worked with you. And even though the faculty did win, both the softball game and the basketball game, you guys still put up a great fight. But most of all, you lead by example, seniors. And in my opinion, I think the senior class could cheer better than any other class that we have. At this time, we're going to ask the senior class to stand. Jenny Colserto, come forward, and I want you to lead your senior class in their cheer one more time as you leave the gymnasium. Because when you leave tonight, you will no longer be seniors. You will be alumni. So you will be proud PSHS alumni. Seniors, do your cheer, Strawberry Shortcake, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Strawberry Shortcake, banana split. If you're not a tiger, you're not. Shift to the left, shift to the right. Sit down, stand up, fight, fight, fight. I would like to say a special thank you to all those graduation coordinators and award day coordinators who worked so hard to make this a special evening for you. And thank you to the senior class for all you've done for Princeton High School. You certainly left your mark with school spirit and enthusiasm. You've left behind some big shoes for some other classes to fill. We love you all, and we wish you the very best in life.
Good evening. On behalf of the class of 2017, I welcome you to our graduation ceremony. Booker T. Washington, a prominent 19th century African American educator, author, orator, and advisor to U.S. presidents, once said, "You measure the size of the accomplishment by the obstacles you had to overcome to reach your goals." Indeed, our journey through high school has required perseverance and dedication. Each course has been a challenge, but also a step in the right direction, a step towards the accomplishments that we celebrate today. As we move forward, may we look back on our achievements and, with renewed strength and confidence, continue on the paths before us.
It is my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Andy Sarles. Born and reared in Princeton, West Virginia, Dr. Sarles is the son of Randy and Helen Sarles, a former teacher here at Princeton Senior High School. He is also the brother of Ben Sarles. After graduating from Princeton High as co-valedictorian of the class of 2000, Dr. Sarles attended the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, where he studied mechanical engineering and graduated with a Bachelor's of Science degree in 2004. He later earned his master's and doctorate degrees in mechanical engineering from Virginia Tech. Currently, Dr. Sarles lives in Knoxville, Tennessee, with his wife, the former Kelsey Kraft, who is also a PSHS graduate and the mother of their son, Reed. He works as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical, Aerospace, and Biomedical Engineering at the University of Tennessee, where he teaches classes, directs a research lab, and serves as a research advisor to master's and PhD students. In his free time, Dr. Sarles enjoys outdoor activities such as hiking, biking, and even playing adult kickball. He also enjoys cooking, trying new foods, and traveling. Lucky for us, Dr. Sarles has been very generous and has traveled back to his hometown to address the class of 2017. So, without further ado, would you please join me in welcoming Dr. Andy Sarles.
you very much to the students, to the faculty for inviting me, and thank you, AJ, for the kind introduction. If you happen to miss AJ's introduction, let me summarize. My name is Andy Sarles. I am from Princeton, West Virginia, and graduated from high school in 2000. In August of that same year, I enrolled in college, and to this day, I have not made it out. Looking back, I guess only two things that have really changed in the last 17 years. My hairline. I mean, whoever said that if your mom's dad has hair, then you will too? My mom was so wrong about that. And also how often I get to eat pepperoni cheese rolls. You guys still get those for lunch, right? Yeah. I miss those. Well, I'd like to start by saying on behalf of all Princeton alumni and fellow Tigers, congratulations to the class of 2017. You did it. You graduated. You're finished. It's over. No one has ever done this before. It may never happen again. And I bet the past 4 years went by pretty quick, right? You arrived here from different middle schools, but you leave as one unified body. One that is hopefully less awkward, smells better, and can fit into the same pair of shoes for more than 3 months. All those classes, all those tests, they couldn't stop you. You learned the material. You made the presentations. You played the sports. You marched the band. You sang the songs. You won the awards. You're feeling excited. You're now ready to conquer the world, to head out and live on your own, and to finally be the one that makes the big decisions. I know your parents are probably excited too. It has to be a proud moment for them to see you here, to see the young adults that you're becoming, and to know that pretty soon they will no longer have to do your laundry, drag you out of bed in the morning, and work second jobs just to keep the fridge full of bagel bites. Seriously, to the parents, grandparents, friends, and family, I know the graduates join me in thanking you for all the love, time, and mentoring you've given them. And most of all, for their cell phones, the use of your cars, and the money. Not everything has to change, right? To the faculty and staff, it's summer break, and they're not coming back. But seriously, the graduates are here today, and they should be wearing the correct color socks because of you. So thank you for guiding and teaching them during such a critical time of their lives. I was fortunate to have been influenced by so many great teachers here, some of whom are here today. So I know this class will miss you and will always remember you as well. Finally, to all the 11th graders here today. Do we have any 11th graders? There they are. This is your school now. Next year is going to be so awesome. And I was only joking about this graduation thing not happening again. I believe that in our world today, there's an extreme competition for media outlets and news sites to grab our attentions, which must be short and span because it seems that everything is now presented to us in the form of an ordered list with an eye-catching title. Spend 5 minutes on the internet and you'll see what I mean. Here are some of my favorite list titles verbatim. The 10 cheapest new cars one can buy with 500 horsepower. That's a good one. I clicked on that one. The 7 reasons to drop everything and move to this one West Virginia city. We all know which one they're talking about. The tragic transformations of the 15 cutest child TV stars. Poor Matilda. When you read these 19 shocking food facts you'll never want to eat again, I would probably advise against clicking on that one. A commencement speech is often recognized as a time to give advice, to motivate, and to inspire. However, my fear was that, like these flashy clickbait titles, my words would just come across as another list of suggestions or advice, but one without the interesting title. Therefore, I'm not going to give you advice. And I realize that I may not motivate or inspire you. Instead, I simply plan to ask you questions. Before I get to these questions, I'd first like to tell you a little bit about my job as an engineering professor, which I think may help motivate my perspective. So as AJ said, I work as a professor of mechanical engineering at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. The primary responsibilities of this job include teaching undergraduate and graduate courses in various engineering topics, and also directing a research group that conducts research projects funded by government agencies and also companies. A central theme of both of these roles is asking questions. I do this in the classroom. Really, my go-to response when students ask me a question is to ask them one in return. So for those going to college, if you get that same response from your professor, don't be shocked. Asking questions is also a core requirement for conducting scientific research. While there are many approaches to research, the basic tenet is that we aim to learn something new. As engineers, our goal is to then apply this new understanding to improve people's lives by inventing technologies and new materials and designing new methods and devices that make things better. To do so, we typically pose questions like, why does this happen? What if we could do this better, faster, or in a cheaper way? How would this behave if? What are the relationships between X and Y? How sensitive is this process to that variable? It gets nerdy pretty quickly. My team at the University of Tennessee researches new ways to make materials and technologies that are inspired by biology. Probably what I like best about this research is that it's very hands-on. We utilize cutting-edge fabrication tools to build devices. We develop new measurement techniques, and we also use scientific experiments to answer questions about how things work. To me, the beauty of an experiment is simple. We get to ask a question, and then without knowing the answer, we get to try something and see what happens, and someone pays us for it. Most of the time, we don't know what will happen. Not knowing the outcome can be very exciting, especially when our experiments yield results that we had not predicted. But more often, we do not achieve a useful or publishable result. Either way, though, a good question is necessary for designing a solid experiment, and when we fail to achieve a useful answer, it is also key in helping us revise, refocus, and plan what comes next. In context to today's celebration, my perspective is that life is a series of experiments to which I don't have the answers or yet know the outcome. As the father to a 1.5-year-old, the fact that I don't have all the answers has never been clear. But that's what makes life and being a parent so amazing and also challenging. Graduates, you are on the verge of a new phase of your lives. Therefore, I believe that it's important for you to approach whatever comes next, not necessarily with the right answers, but instead with good questions. So just like we do when we're conducting research, you too can gauge your progress, reassess your understanding when things do not go as planned, and develop alternative approaches to fine-tune your paths. I'd like to take just a few minutes to ask you 3 questions and to share with you my ongoing experiences in trying to answer them for myself. I told you I wasn't going to give you advice. My hope is that this exercise may encourage you to both seek your own answers to these questions, but also to spur you to ask your own questions. And that this process of asking good questions will serve you well in leading happy and productive lives. So the first question I'll pose to you is, are you willing to take risks? Are you willing to take a chance to wager something really big? The word risk implies that the outcome is unknown, right? Otherwise it wouldn't be a risk. And that failure is a real possibility. Certainly risk can be intimidating. Let me give you 2 examples where I experienced risk. In 2015, on a cold and snowy Valentine's Day, I made the risky decision to buy a car with a 6-speed manual transmission from an out-of-state dealer in Cincinnati, Ohio. A minor detail at the time, I did not know how to drive a manual transmission. This was a situation that certainly involved risk. Would I know what all those pedals do? Would we make it through the snowstorm in Kentucky to get home safely? Would I ever learn to drive the car well enough to enjoy it? And would my wife forgive me for not buying her flowers or cooking her dinner, but instead dragging her to a car lot in Ohio on a cold day? That's the first example. Here's the second example. Last year I quit my job as a professor. I asked my wife to leave the job that she loved. We sold our house. We left Knoxville so that I could try my hand at a different type of career. This change was motivated by a few semesters of unhappiness and uncertainty that I was in the right type of position. Needless to say, this was risky. And there were considerable unknowns and definitely the potential for failure. Would Would I find happiness in the new job? Would my wife be happy? Would her career suffer? Would we like our new town? It was also one that I knew would affect the PhD students working in my lab. If I left, what would they do, and how would this impact the start of their careers? So we left Knoxville in August 2016, and by December, I knew the position I'd accepted was not the right fit. I realized that what was the right fit was my former position at UT. So I left the job I now knew was right for me, moved my family to a new town, and now knew in my gut that it was not the right place for us. An outsider might see this as a huge failure, but I don't. The time away from UT showed me that I simply needed a break, and it confirmed for me what I love about teaching and working as a professor. In the end, Kelsey and I were very fortunate to get back into our former positions in Knoxville, and we both had a renewed sense of our career goals. Therefore, it wasn't a bad decision. It was a necessary experiment. So what have I learned? From the first example, I've learned how to drive a manual and can reliably get myself to and from work every day. From the second example, I've learned that I needed to take a risk to really know what makes me happy. Third, my wife is well on her way to sainthood. My second question for you to consider is this: what role can failure play in your life? Not how do you respond to failure, what role can it play? Failure has many names: error, miscalculation, blunder, rejection, disappointment, dismissal, and letdown, to name a few. And it comes in many forms. There are failures that teach us simple lessons: be more careful, take more time, check your work. There are failures that teach us larger life lessons, like a failed business or relationship. There are failures that are informative. If it doesn't work this way, then there must be a better approach. There are failures that lead us to unexpected and otherwise unavailable discoveries. There are failures that lead us to more failures, which sometimes lead to success. There are failures that should be encouraged and those that should be avoided. Here's my experience. I've failed quite a bit at my job, more often than I'd care to admit. At times, I've failed to teach a concept well in class, and then students struggle with their assignments for the rest of the semester. I failed at getting a grant proposal accepted. Actually, about 9 out of 10 that I submit are not funded, and that's typical. I failed at getting our scientific research published. Nearly every paper we submit for publication is rejected on its first review. So while each of these is disappointing, the question still looms: what role can failures play? And can failures actually be constructive? Stuart Firestein, in his book Failure: Why Science is So Successful, argues that the answer is yes. There are good failures, ones that need no excuse or apology, and are an end in themselves. He argues that scientists, and everyone, I think, should actually be willing to fail, because failure itself is beneficial. Moreover, he says that we should fail better by aiming our work in directions of true need rather than popular interest, so that disappointing outcomes can truly spur revolutionary thinking. So here's what I've learned about failure in my own life and its role. Failure and success both demand hard work, and they come and go in cycles, so you'll see some of each. I should not let occasional successes diminish my willingness to keep taking risks. Third, failure teaches me new ways to think about a situation, and it is this new perspective that is often the difference makers. Finally, my last question to you. What are the core values that will guide and shape your life? I'm sure that each of you has a set of core values, but I'm not sure, only you can answer, if you've ever taken the time to write them down. This could be a set of values that you develop by yourself, or one that your family, friends, and mentors can help you craft. What I've found is that the key to managing my life, both in times of failure and success, and at times where I must also accept or mitigate risk, is to have a documented set of values that can provide answers to many of life's questions. To help me get you thinking about this, or to help get you thinking about this, I'd like to share with you the list that my mom wrote and gave to me the week I left for college 17 years ago. These are my documented values. Strive for balance of work, play, and rest. Remember the values you were raised with. Good manners go a long way. All people deserve respect and empathy. Respect the environment. Pursue and defend the truth. Say your prayers and go to church when you can. Don't take yourself too seriously. Everything in moderation. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. There can be many right choices. Surround yourself with quality folks. I think I'm doing that today, so I hope she's pleased. Call home. I'm not very good at this one. Eat your vegetables. I'm actually quite good at this one. And lastly, change your underwear daily. I thought it'd be funny to end this commencement speech with an underwear joke. Maybe another good example of risk, or more likely one of failure. But it's not a joke. My mom actually wrote this on paper and wanted me to display it in my dorm room. And that's what I appreciated about then and now. It's silly, but it's also sincere, and it's quite comprehensive. I had very little success in adding anything to this list that wasn't already there. And it has definitely served as a useful compass to me on more than one occasion. So, to the class of 2017, congratulations again for your many accolades. But most of all, good luck with the next experiment. It'll likely require taking risks, accepting failure, leaning on your core values, and always asking questions. Thank you again. Good night.
It takes a whole village to raise our children.
Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Shut-de-do, keep the devil in the night. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Light the candle, everything's alright. Light the candle, everything's alright.
I was a baby child.
Shut-de-do, keep out the devil.
Was just a game.
Shut-de-do, keep the devil in the night.
Many years and many times.
Shut-de-do, keep out the devil.
People to me, they're not the same.
Shut-de-do, keep the devil in the night. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Shut-de-do, keep the devil in the night. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Light the candle, everything's alright. Light the candle, everything's alright. Elijah rock, oh, Elijah rock, Elijah rock, Elijah rock, oh, Elijah rock, Elijah rock, hallelujah Jesus, oh, hallelujah Jesus, hallelujah Jesus, oh, Elijah rock, Elijah rock, Elijah, oh, rock Elijah, rock 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 Elijah, oh, Elijah, oh, rock Elijah. Takes a whole village to raise our children. It takes a whole village to raise one child. We all, everyone, must share the burden. We all, everyone, will share the joy.
My name is Jordan Maynard, and I am here on behalf of Congressman Evan Jenkins. And it is my humble honor to present the Certificate of Appointment to the United States Military Academy of West Point to Joshua Samasco, class of 2000.
May we pause for a moment of silence in memory of Angel Keller. Traditionally, the senior class leaves a gift to the school. As a parting gift to Princeton Senior High School, the graduating class of 2017 has voted to purchase a new exterior sign to welcome visitors who come to the school for sporting events and other activities. In addition, we will also present the school with benches near the back parking lot to replace the cold, hard stones students sit on while waiting for the rides home. We hope these gifts will make the back of the school more welcoming for visitors and students alike.
Hello. I look out into the sea of blue, and 1,000 different thoughts race through my head. Upon a closer look at our outfits, I wonder, why do we wear such odd-looking hats with tassels dangling before our faces to symbolize accomplishment and intelligence? And why do we wear a nylon gown over dress clothes in a sweltering gym packed with people to show the world how prepared we are to make good decisions? That's the thing about traditions. They don't always make much sense, but we feel pride and joy toward the event anyways. During the past 4 years, we have shared many traditions at Princeton, including seniors getting out of class 5 minutes early for lunch, homecoming festivities, the Bluefield rivalry, the tree lighting ceremony, prom, Tiger Day, graduation, Project Grad. Oh, and let's not forget about freshman year with Mr. Steed's Hammer-Robbie, Bacon-Robbie joke. These traditions have created a bond and a sense of pride among the members of the class of 2017. As we reach the end of our high school careers, we must cherish both the knowledge and the memories acquired here at Princeton. In the summer entering our senior year, some friends and I picked up a little bit of a gambling habit. We played Texas Hold'em, and I probably lost the equivalents of my college tuition just in buy-ins. Despite consistently losing, I kept playing for a couple of reasons. One being the chance to win back the money, and the other was the pure enjoyment of being around people that I love. Interestingly, in both Texas Hold'em and in life, luck is involved, and one can easily find himself in a hole. It doesn't take much life experience to know that bad things happen for no apparent reason. In my analogy, I never regained the money I lost, no matter how many times I played. Despite this, I can now see that in times of great struggle and need, persistence, focus, and of course, a little luck will get you through. My friends, in the comparison, extend to friends in general. They served as both a good and, of course, a bad influence. They were positive because they made my effort to win back the money enjoyable, but they were indirectly negative because they made me forget that I was always losing them. As we move beyond high school, we will be introduced to both positive and negative influences. My wish is that we not only get with the right crowd, but we find a crowd that we can call family. We know from experience the great family paradox. Family is simultaneously the most reassuring and chaotic part of life. And that is exactly what makes the class of 2017 a family. We didn't choose our classmates, just as we didn't choose our family members. For example, we have class clowns and bookworms, skippers and those with perfect attendance, athletes and poets. Among us are tomorrow's scientists, artists, engineers, and teachers. We have tolerated our differences beautifully, while we still recognize that we are, in fact, different. Being a member of this class is a part of who we are, and our experiences at Princeton Senior High will be with us for a lifetime. We must look back on our days here with joy, because these will be our good old days in the future. In choir class, our theme song for the year became Lean on Me by Bill Withers, and it started quite unintentionally when relatives of classmates were diagnosed with cancer. I was touched by the compassion and the support that the entire school exhibited. It truly goes to show that sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, but if we are wise, we know that there is always tomorrow. As we progress toward our futures, I hope that each of us find a group of friends to lean on, just as we have found in the class of 2017. And on a personal note, I would like to thank God, my parents, and all my friends. And to save this memory, I want to take a quick picture of us all. Thank you.
It's hot in here, isn't it? Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. A quote by Benjamin Franklin that adheres to the thought that to be successful in life, one must grow as a person. After exploring Franklin's thought, I began to think about the topic of growth as a person and how that growth is achieved. Having contemplated this premise, I would like to share some of my musings specifically with the members of the graduating class. As we venture out into the world, I believe there are certain approaches to being successful that have worked for me and will hopefully work for you. First, I'm going to start with an old cliche, carpe diem, or seize the day. A quote made commercially famous by Robin Williams. However, in Latin, carpe diem does not actually mean seize the day. It means to pluck or harvest the day. With this connotation, a concept or notion exists that one cannot just bask in the glory of an amazing day. Instead, a truly successful and miraculous day is one that is nurtured and grown, one that requires thought, inspiration, and hard work to materialize. From developing myself and my musical talents and forming strong social bonds with peers who share my interests and passions during summer band, to nurturing myself as an academic and professional individual through my senior project, I have been continually growing by pouring effort and investment into my days. Both of these endeavors require attention and resources, much in the same way a farm or a plant does, needing sowing and tilling, allowing for benefits to be harvested from these efforts. I urge you as a class and as individuals to put the time and energy into your days, that you may enjoy the fruits of your labor. As a plant needs to be nurtured in its growing process by a farmer or gardener, your growth process also requires dedicated individuals who further your pursuits, helping you grow. These individuals are teachers, parents, friends, and family who all serve your greater interest by helping you along the path of development and success. Some of the people who have contributed to my personal trek are as follows. My mother, who has done more for me than I could ever describe. My father, the late Dr. Stephen Osale, who instilled in me confidence to work toward my goals. My musical leaders, David and Julie Cade. My teachers who have acted as my educational guides, Ginger Craft, Matt Smith, and Rod Smith. Really, man? And good friends who have always been around to make life and growth a little easier. As we progress into the next educational chapters of our lives, I hope I and you, my fellow classmates, can hold on to and remember those who have labored, continue to labor for our futures. I also hope that we seek new relationships with people who will nurture us and help us grow. Nothing is more important for botanic success than a passionate botanist. As every crop field needs rotation and rest, we need to remember to find time for leisure, days when we do not take our lives too seriously. From the very beginning of my school career, I worked diligently to be the best and meet my parents' expectations as well as my own. However, when my father unexpectedly passed away at the beginning of my junior year, I realized that a long life with all the loose ends tied nicely together is never guaranteed. I knew at that moment I needed balance in my life. I needed to go with the flow more often and not sweat the small stuff. Now, my mom would probably disagree with this, but we all know she's a little tightly wound. Truly, though, she has my best interest at heart. Letting go and allowing for those moments of levity is one of the keys to successful development and likewise the growth of our plants. I ask my classmates to seek rest and relaxation in order to passionately and diligently when the time requires. Thus, I conclude by noting the three ever-important facets for our personal and professional growth. First, we must remember to invest in our days and our lives in order to be successful and reap the benefits of our hard work, and further ourselves as individuals. Second, we must remember those who have contributed to our growth and search for personal relationships that will aid us in our endeavors. Finally, we must recognize that even the strongest among us needs rest, times of peace and leisure. Without times of rest, there cannot be successful times of toil, growth, and the rewards of our labor. These are the components we should use to harvest a complete and confident future for ourselves and our generation. Take heed. Carpe diem. Hey.
4 years ago, we came to PSHS with either hopes and aspirations or simply the fear and dread of high school. I remember sitting in Mr. Cade's first block choir after the first grading period and thinking to myself, wow, I've only completed 1 out of 32 grading periods in high school. This is going to be the longest 4 years. Now, I think of how fast the last 4 years have passed and just laugh at that thought. During our years at PSHS, each of us had a different journey, which included making mistakes and earning achievements. Hence, we gained insight into our strengths and weaknesses, which should help guide us in the future. However, we must not set our futures in stone, because nobody at the age of 17 or 18 has their whole life figured out, and I don't think this class or any class will accomplish that feat. As we graduate and venture into what adults around us call the real world, we must first discover what will bring us happiness. It could be something that requires 8 additional years of school or no school. Chances are we will have to do whatever we choose for about 8 hours a day until we retire. Happiness, though, shouldn't be understated and put aside for money. Even our founding fathers
base the ideals of our country around happiness, for they stated in the Declaration of Independence that man's unalienable rights include life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thanks, Mr. Sneed. The path to this happiness, however, isn't a straight line. It is full of curves that require one to maneuver through ever-changing obstacles and circumstances similar to the game of chess. In chess, the pieces include the king, the queen, rooks, knights, bishops, and pawns. All the pieces, except for the pawns, can move in a variety of directions, but the pawns march straight forward and serve as defense for the other pieces. To me, the pawns represent perseverance and hard work. Even though the 8 pawns appear to be the least valuable, they only move forward. And once they reach the opposite end of the board, the player can turn the pawn into any piece he or she desires. Chess, unlike life, is played on an 8x8 board with 32 pieces and a strict set of rules. Amazingly, there are still 121 million different combinations after only 3 moves from each side. In one way, we are only 3 moves into our life, while a total of 1 novem trigintillion possible combinations exist in a game of chess. That's a 1 with 120 zeros after it, in case you weren't familiar with that number. Just think about all those different games that could occur. How many of those games would you say were played perfectly by each side? Maybe a handful. Out of all the games that are played perfectly, no one would win. Each would be a draw. Perhaps then, we should take advice from Mikhail Tal, a brilliant Russian chess player who said, "Of course, errors are not good for a chess game, but errors are unavoidable, and in any case, a game without any errors, or as they say, a flawless game, is colorless." Life isn't lived on an 8x8 board, and it doesn't have a strict, fair set of rules. So we must be open to any opportunities that present themselves and not dread the mistakes we will make along the way. We must take chances, but not simply shoot with our eyes closed and hope for blind luck, or wait for someone else's mishap to provide an opportunity. Chess grandmasters don't calculate moves and assume their opponents will make a mistake. Every move is made with the intention that their opponents will make the perfect following move. With a high school diploma, we are given the chess pieces to play against the world. It is our choice to be the player or the piece. If we're a player, we must not use others as pieces, but rather use our strengths and knowledge. We have the opportunities to control our future in this great country more so than in any other place in the world, and we must take this advantage seriously. My former basketball and golf coach, Opie McKinney, told us in middle school that when it came to playing sports and planning for the future, do what you want to do. It's a very simple motto to live by, but it holds true throughout life. I know it. We probably all know it through personal experience. If we live trying to please others or just trying to fit in with the crowd, we will eventually be disappointed with the outcome. So we must see the bigger picture as a player and not be stuck on the board as a piece. Thank you. Before I leave the stage, I would like to thank my family, friends, and teachers who have touched my life from kindergarten through graduation. I would especially like to thank my mom for for motivating and supporting me in all my endeavors.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Julie Cave and drum major Christopher Hawkins, please welcome your Princeton Senior High School Marching Tiger Band.
Assistant Superintendent Laws, and members of the board, I present to you Princeton Senior High School class of 2017.
Assistant Superintendent Mr. Balls, board members, and distinguished guests, I certify these Princeton Senior High School students have or will meet the requirements for graduation as prescribed by Mercer County Schools and the state of West Virginia.
Cole Garrett Cochran, honors in English, history, mathematics, music, and science. Brady Ryan Osell, honors in English, history, mathematics, music, and science. Tanner James Veneri, honors in English, history, mathematics, music, and science. Atticus Jake Balgus, honors in English, history, mathematics, music, and science. Anna Marie Lusk, honors in English, history, and mathematics. Caitlin Elizabeth Stidley, honors in English, history, and mathematics. Jenny Elizabeth Colasurto, honors in English, history, music, and technical education. Michaela Ornia Argerakis, honors in mathematics and music. Jessica Elena Dillo, honors in mathematics, music, and technical education. Joshua Seth Samasco, honors in history, mathematics, and technical education. Garrison Frederick Hartwell, honors in music and technical education. Catherine Elizabeth Hickman, honors in English, history, and science. Christian Cade Schaefer. Noah Ray Smith, honors in mathematics and technical education. Alexander Walter McKay Fanning, honors in technical education. Taya Renee Belcher, honors in technical education. Brittany Leanne Neal, honors in music and technical education. Kristen Diane Bales. Logan James Austin, honors in history, music, and technical education. Lillian Mariah Dove Kessler. Madison Bailey Nance. Jordan Michaela Allison, honors in music and technical education. Bradley Darren Van Thine, honors in mathematics and music. Amanda Lynn Shoemate. Tyler Brooke Gibson. Cordell Chase Boyles, honors in mathematics, music, and science. Jessica Faith Meadows, honors in technical education. Lindsay Faith Brown, honors in music. Taylor Renee Davidson, honors in music. Katie Grace Rubel, honors in technical education. Ashley Nicole Neal, Honors in Technical Education. Leah Catherine Whitaker, Honors in English. Kelly Ann Williams. Kayla Michelle Bishop, Honors in Technical Education. Caleb Michael Masri, Honors in Technical Education.
Mohammed Tariq Abdulwahed. Nadia May Abulhassan, Honors in Music. Riley Justice Ash, Honors in Technical Education. Jalen Jacoby Averill. Austin Wayne Ayers, Honors in Technical Education. Corey Douglas Bailey, Honors in Technical Education. Diana Nicole Bailey. Hannah Elizabeth Bailey. Caitlin Marie Bailey, Honors in Music. Megan Nicole Bailey. Sierra Dawn Bailey. Zoe Lynn Bell Bailey. Corey Anton Ball. Destiny Dallas Ball. Peyton Nicole Ball, Honors in Technical Education. Sabrina Michelle Ball. Autumn Kiera Bennett, Honors in Technical Education. David Wayne Bennett, Honors in Technical Education. Dakota Scott Billings. Chastity Paige Blankenship. Alexis Nicole Bowling, Honors in Technical Education. Mason Wayne Bowling. Chantel Marie Bond. Paul James Burr, Honors in Technical Education. Jeremy Keith Burks. John Matthew Burris. Jadique Diosi Kennedy. Michaela Danielle Carroll. Balin Michael Carter. Chastity Dawn Carty, Honors in Technical Education. Matthew Ethan Cherikazi. Chastity Faith Christian. Charlotte K. Lee Clark. Jonathan Malachi Klein. Benjamin Andrew Kokas. Leah Ann Comer, Honors in Music. Brianna Nicole Conley, Honors in Technical Education. Cameron Ray Connor, Honors in Music. Bretta Nicole Copeland. Kimberly Renee Coy. Michael Wade Cruz. Hannah Christine Davis, honors in music. Kelsey Brianna DeBoard. Noah Douglas Dodson. Caleb Glenn Duncan. Brittany Morgan Dunn, honors in music. William Adam Edmonds, honors in music. Connor Matthew Elkins. Keegan Ryan Elkins. Jacob Ryan Farmer. Sarah Elizabeth Foster. Caitlin Leanne Fulp, honors in music and technical education. Dominic Evan Gatlin. Charles Richard Giberson. Joseph Orion Gibson. Angelique Jasmine Golf. Jordan Aaron Green. Sydney Camille Green. Kendall Eloise Gross. James Michael Hall. Jared Debris Ham, honors in technical education. Seth Lionel Harmon, honors in technical education. Kendall Scott Harris, honors in technical education. Samantha Drew Harris. Shane Anthony Harris. Christopher James Hawkins, honors in music. Bradley Kyle Haynes. Janai Dason Hearn. Janie Marie Helmendaler. Gracelyn Rochelle Hodges, honors in music and technical education. Kensington, Montana Hodges. Kelly Elise Horton. William Bradley Howard, honors in technical education. Mitchell Clark Hughes. Jaquan Jerome Ivy. Olivia Faith Jackson, honors in music. Robert Eugene Gerald II, honors in technical education.
William Casey Johnson. Brendan Jacob Jones. Deshaun Devon Jones. Randall Lee Jones. Austin Keith Joseph. Colton Allen Canode. Lindsay Nicole Carnes. Cody Patrick Keller, honors in music. Cassidy Brianna Lale. David Wayne Lester. Caitlin May Lester. Michaela Patricia Maxine Lewis. Sapphire Lane Marshall. Nicholas Jordan Mason, honors in music. Chastity Leanne Matthews. Aaron Thomas McCabe, honors in technical education. Danielle Nicole McCoy, honors in technical education. Dustin Lee McDaniel. Jenna Sue McKenzie, honors in music. Shaylee Marie McNamee. Dakota Lee McPherson. Jasmine Noel McPherson. Garrett Lane Meadows. Kaylee Dawn Meadows. Ryan Jacob Mitchell. Matthew Johnson Mitchum. Cassidy James Mobley. Kaylee Ann Mulder, honors in music. Alyssa Taya Mullins, honors in music. Caitlin Renee Mullins. Zachary Tyler Mullins. Caitlin Paige Nolan, honors in music. Richard Keith Nolan, honors in technical education. Darlene Panessa. Cheyenne Lynn Parks. David Allen Pendleton. Aaron Alexander Pennington. Megan Elizabeth Petrin. Savannah Dawn Phillips. Devlin Rashias Ponder. Devin Taymond Porterfield, honors in music. Kaylee Hope Potter. Delaney Elise Quessenberry, honors in music. Renese Shalonda Rash, honors in music and technical education. Michelle Samara Rourke. Tyler Ray Roberts, honors in technical education. Christina Leanne Rose. Kara Michelle Rutherford, honors in music and technical education. Elizabeth Brianne Sargent. Jonathan Robert Saunders. Daniel August Scott, honors in technical education. Mark Richard Schaefer. Savannah Marie Shepard. Kelly Marie Shine. Dylan Russell Shorter. Bryson Keith Schrader. Jared James Shrewsbury. Chandler Quint Sink. Christopher Lee Blake Skeens. Savannah Sierra Small, honors in music. Kyra Alexis Smith. Savannah Rose Snyder. Nisa Michelle Susi. Samantha Marie Susi. Joseph Allen Southern. Zachary Dylan Standifer, honors in music. Alyssa Nicole Starkey. Shannon Dwayne Stinson. Jack Randall Sweeney. Khalil Ivan Sims. Brandon Scott Terry. Alexis Sade Thomas. Jared Robert Thompson, honors in technical education. Brandon Ryan Tincher. James Alexander Tuttle. Heaven May Underwood. Cale Matson Veneri, honors in music. Jamie Lee Vest, honors in technical education. Whitney Danielle Vest. Spencer Colton Wagner. Abby Faye Walker. Kristen A. Walker. Tyler Matthew Walls, honors in technical education. Sean Michael Ward, honors in technical education. Tony Ponzetta Ware. Traylon Frederick Whitaker. Melissa Dawn Widener. Ellison Cole Wiley. Allison Mariah Williams. Asia Nicole Williams, honors in technical education. Brandon Lamar Williams. Levi Landon Wimmer, Honors in Technical Education. Stephen Nicholas Wimmer. Odacia Shantae Winebush. Christian David Workman. Tyler Shane Wyatt, Honors in Technical Education. Joshua Ray Yost. Jacob Shannon Young. Nathan Joseph Young.
With the class of 2017, please rise. By the power vested to me by the Mercer County School Board and the state of West Virginia, I now pronounce you 2017 graduates. You may move your tassels and let the celebration begin. Would everyone please stand and join me in the singing of the alma mater? Please be seated.
On behalf of the graduating class of 2017, I wish to thank our guest speaker, Dr. Andy Sarles, as well as our parents, families, friends, and faculty for all their love and support throughout the years. Skillet, an American Christian rock band, and personally the best band there is, in one of their songs entitled Rise, says, "Our future's here and now, here comes the countdown. In just a few minutes, we will begin the official countdown to being PSHS alumni. Our time has come to march out of this gym and rise to meet life's challenges. But before we leave, I ask you to look at the peers who have impacted your life. Thank them, hug them, and tell them you love them, because this could be our last chance. The future awaits. May our journeys lead us where our hearts yearn to go. Congratulations, class of 2017, and good luck.
Don't start now. Hold on.
Upon you and give you peace, and give you peace, and give you peace, and give you peace. The Lord make His face to shine upon you, and be gracious unto